Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
If you were watching last week's video, I made a quick mention about a trek my good buddy and I will be doing in April this year, and I've been asked, what are we doing? Well, it's called the Rickshaw Run. It's a crazy adventure run by a group called the Adventurists. There is no set route, no backup, no way of knowing if you're going to make it. The only certainty is that we will get lost, we will get stuck, we will break down, and we will help save a bit of the world. It's just G-Mann and Spook in a wholly unsuitable vehicle traversing the subcontinent, enduring whatever shit the road throws at us. Not only is the Rickshaw Run an industrial dose of adventure, it's also about saving the world. We only have to raise a minimum of £1,000 for charity, of which £500 goes to their official charity, Cool Earth. Seriously, where would we get lost if we didn't have jungles? As I've been speaking, I have been showing some images, but as a good flat earther, I will leave a link in the description. See what I did there? Man, some of you don't get sarcasm, do you? A few weeks back, I said this: there are almost more search results than people living on this flat earth of ours. And boy, oh, LGBTIQRSVP, were some of you triggered, saying things like, seriously, hating someone for moving an onion under a sausage is hardly crushing the feminazis. Between that and even joking about the earth being flat, unsubbed and blocked. Bye, Felicia. Ooh. And fuck me, I heard flat earth, I have left the chat. So I decided to reply to one of them and wrote, sarcasm. And I got this, at Gerald Pauschmann. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, big open mouth smiley face. I thought you would be one of those, but you're not. Definitely going to subscribe now. Anywho. Cheers, Rudy. What's wrong with women these days? Back up a little bit. This video is not aimed at the almost 14% of my female subscribers. But seriously, girls, sup? Listen to this. Last week, a man, a total stranger, blew a kiss at me. I was waiting to cross the road. He was on a bike. No one else was around. His kiss was delivered with aggression. Aggression? How do you blow a kiss with aggression? Not that a simpering version would have been any less repulsive. Lips pursed with intent. Eyes boring into me. Eyes boring into you? You are boring me. He even swerved his bike close to the pavement for maximum impact. It was a fleeting moment that stayed with me all day. The impact of his screwed up face kept popping into my head. Oh, you're a treasure, girl. Some guy wants to flirt with you and you take it as a microaggression. What the hell is a microaggression? To all of you feminist snowflakes, I know what you're like. Lounging around laughing at man's inflated salaries and early onset grey hair and balding. Well, have you even considered that maybe there's nothing wrong with us? Oh, and don't worry, do you think we're all walking out of our front doors thinking, I wonder how many cis women I can blow a kiss at today? Or even better, I wonder how many feminists I can blow a kiss at today. Maybe if you opened your eyes, got off your Instagram or Facebook for one moment and stopped mocking and emasculating men, you could look around and see that there are emotional, kind, inherently good men of the world who are waiting to scoop you off your feet. But men these days can't even scoop you for fear of sexual harassment and violence and objectification. And if a man does cross the boundaries, then take matters into your own hands and beat the crap out of him. Like Pollyanna Viana. I love that name. Polly was on her own waiting for an Uber in Rio de Janeiro, and she may have appeared an easy target to a would-be thief. The only problem for the perpetrator was that Polly is a strawweight UFC fighter who turned the tables on the thief with punches, a kick, and a rear naked choke. Ooh, I like the sound of that one. Before forcing him to sit and wait for the police. Hey guys, are you a bit turned on like I am right now? Phew. Viana said she simply went home and made dinner after leaving the police station, adding her hands hurt a little the day after, but it was nothing serious. Cheers, Viana. No Me Too, no violence against women. She just took care of herself. And that, my friends, is equality. On the other hand, you have these weak, insipid, loudmouth feminists who are triggered by Christmas songs, Father's Day, beauty contests, and intelligence. Maybe in all of this man-hating, you've got yourself into an estrogen-fueled post-feminist mess and not being able to see that. Actually, the problem is you. Here's the way G-Mann sees it. Feminism is not for the equality of all people. Feminism is not the belief that women should be treated the same as men. Feminism is not the movement to make women equal to men in society. Feminism is not equalism. The way I see feminism today is that you want world domination, superiority, and power. Seriously, take over the world and dominate us. I can't wait to see you work in the sewage treatment plant, work as a labourer on a construction site, and move my furniture across the state lines to my new home. The women I know don't want world domination. They don't mind a bit of flirtiness, or the occasional wink, or the baby it's cold outside moment. They want a man who is strong, thoughtful, and at times a bit of a badass. While we still have a few weeks left in January, I am calling on all men to lay down their tools and take the rest of the month off, and let's just go hunting, fishing and drinking and leave the feminists to do all the work. Yeah, let's watch that economy thrive. I call this month Manuary. And for the ladies who like strong, hard-working, badass men, you can join us. I'm drinking with Polly. Does anyone remember a few years back when a Harvard student made a bold public declaration admitting that while at a bar with friends at one stage, he talked about the attractiveness of women in his class? And an article in the Harvard Crimson said, "The Harvard community is responsible for sexual assault." Okay, they, them, zers, let me just get my head around that. If I'm with a bunch of my mates and a sexy woman walks past and I turn to one of the boys and say, I give her a bit of a 9 out of 10, or I like that, and you heard me, then are we responsible for sexual assault? Oh, right, so riddle me this. I'm going to be flicking through my Instagram feed and you post a bunch of images of your face and body, and the only option I have is to love, comment or share. What is it you want? Oh, I know. You are collecting a bunch of validating hearts to boost your self-esteem because you have none. I know what you're thinking, that it is liberating and progressive to be able to post whatever pictures of yourself whenever you want. You are thinking, as a woman, you are taking power into your own hands when you appropriate over 7 million followers for posting low-angle pictures of yourself doing squats. But who are you aiming these images at? Women? Or do you want us blokes to check out your curves? Instagram has become the digital hub for the objectification of butts, boobs, bulges and bodies. I mean, help me out here. If I go to my Instagram account, do a search for, I don't know, let's say hot women. This hashtag has had over 855,000 posts. You want me to look at you, right? You want me to tap on your image or video, right? Okay, let's just tap on the first one, right? So hotties_ger has had over 13,000 views. You want people to look, right? What happens now? Now I'm end up down the rabbit hole of scrolling the pages. Now what? I'm not bashing these women or the things that they do. You just can't have it both ways. If I'm on a lunch break on a construction site with all of my mates, did you just get a visual of me on a construction site? Okay, at the pub with my mates, and we are, say, checking you out on Instagram, and I say, hey Crusher, check her out, she looks hot, and then I smash that heart icon. Tell me, how different is that if you are that same Insta person walking the streets and I wolf whistle at you? How is a visual love heart any different to an audible one? I'm just wondering, at what point does the line between liberation and objectification get crossed? Is it the point where so many people like your photo that it gets regrammed by thousands of people that it's out of your control? Or does it happen right away when people decide whether or not to like your photo or tag their friends as they continue scrolling down an endless feed of imagery and digital filters? I would love to know if a guy wolf whistled at you, would you take it as a compliment or be offended? Because I'll give you the heads up. Take the audible wolf whistle while you can, because one day the only photos that you'll be posting will either be with filters or you as your 10-year younger self. As usual, like, share, comment, troll, delete, do what floats your boat. Rudy, here's to Manuary. I'm Gerald Pauschmann for The Point TV.